Good morning, traders, and welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Wednesday, June 10th. Okay, let's get into the action. Take a look at the S&Ps this morning. Listen, we're seeing some real weakness. There's no doubt about that. I mean, we're down 0.84%. There's two factors going on here today that are really causing this weakness. Number one, it's the continued nervousness in tech. I mean, markets are clearly focused on this capital allocation in the tech sector. I mean, you got a number of secondary issues coming in. You got, a number of high-profile IPOs, and capital's being, moved around, and that's causing some weakness in tech again. And then President Trump came out today, and he started talking about additional strikes on Iran because they're not moving fast enough on the peace agreement, and he's talking about hitting their infrastructure and calling them a failed state. And, it's really caused a lot more spike in terms of the sentiment on the downside today. On the economic calendar today, we got the CPI. That's the inflation report. That's going to be a big one. It's expected to come in hot for May, and that could lead to additional weakness as well. In corporate news, what do we have here? Taiwan Semiconductor released its May 2026 sales report. Showed that, a 1.5% increase from April. Not bad. You got Cisco executives. They're presenting at two different conferences today. One's a Mizuho conference. The other is a NASDAQ conference. We got Rockwell Automation, ticker ROC, announcing a big share repurchase plan today. On the corporate calendar, we got CAT, Dick's Sporting Goods, NASDAQ, DoorDash, and Target all having shareholders meetings today. Got earnings reports out from Chewy and Core and Maine. And then after the bell today, we got Oracle releasing earnings. But then let's take a look overseas, and let's take a look at Germany. I mean, Germany is down 0.88% right now, or 214 points. Financial stocks are leading the declines, and that's kind of expected because we do have an ECB announcement coming tomorrow. And, a sell-off in financials is typically related to that. That's kind of a normal situation. But the FTSE's down 0.45% with weakness in travel and banking shares. France, the CAC, is down 0.48% with losses in financials and luxury goods. That's really what's pressuring the index. And then we look at Asia. Asia was lower. You got the Nikkei down 1.89% on stronger than expected inflation data. And now we're seeing the yen weakening because the BOJ, I think it was the chair, was hospitalized this morning. So we got a little concern going on there. In Hong Kong, the Hang Seng fell 0.64% with tech shares moving lower. In China, fell 0.42%. Inflation out of China was relatively firm for May. I mean, it came in at 1.2% year over year, whereas the market was expecting 1.3%, so that's kind of positive. But, there was definitely weakness in that market. But now we're looking at oil, and oil was lower this morning. It was trading like, $90, $89 a barrel, 88, and now it just spiked. It's trading $89.80, up 1.81%. You got Brent trading at $92.84. I mean, the price action is really due to President Trump's comments that Iran is playing games and they're negotiating, and that he's considering launching airstrikes again. And that's causing some real concern in terms of the possibilities of a peace agreement being available in the short term. Okay, now we're looking at the stocks that have released earnings this morning. We got to start off with KC General Stores. That's ticker CASY. Stocks higher by 1.41% as they beat by $1.07 on higher revenue. And then you look at Chewy this morning. Chewy, it's trading higher. It's up 1.72%. They met expectations. They did it on higher revenue, but it's not a great report. But Chewy is trading higher, up 1.32% in the pre-market. After the bell today, we got Oracle. EPS is at $1.96. Expected move is 12.28%. On the economic front, the CPI data is coming out for May, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. 10:30 a.m. we get the EIA oil inventories report in terms of stocks moving the market. Amazon and their AWS is seeking to recruit those laid-off Meta employees. Google expands their network cloud delivery with GitLab, GTLB. Tesla, at SpaceX IPO, continues to weigh on the stock. In terms of Dow Jones 30 stocks, Visa, judge gave preliminary approval to Visa MasterCard settlement with merchants. That's been going on for a long time. 3M is going to be presented at the Wells Fargo conference at 9:45 a.m. Cisco executives presented at 2 separate conferences today. In terms of guidance news, Chewy sees Q2 EPS coming in 36 cents. Consensus estimate is 40 cents. Core and Main, C&M, they reaffirmed their full year 2026 revenue, 7.8 to 7.9. Street estimate 7.85, right in the middle. Okay. Corporate calendar today has shareholders meetings for Caterpillar, Dick's Sporting Goods, NASDAQ, DoorDash, and Target. In terms of buyback news, ROK, Richard Oscar Kilo, Rockwell Automation approves a $1 billion stock buyback. Okay, let's move on and talk about today's pick of the day. And, I got to go with Amazon just because it's so weak this morning. I mean, the news flow is all positive. Yesterday's call volume, 455K on the call side, 265K on the put side. Open interest is 2.8 million to 1.9 million. Major brokers are positive on the stock, but I got to tell you, if I can get in, at 242, that would be, that would be pretty sweet, and that's easy to do. But honestly, I'm thinking that it could actually sell off a little further. So I'm going to say, 240. So 240 is my entrance price. But if it, breaks that 240, you got to pick some up and hold tight, because Amazon could definitely turn around and get that 1% gain without much fight. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the stocks that are hitting the tape this morning in the last 15 minutes, see if we see anything exciting. RY, Royal Bank of Canada, says TSX approved a 45 million share repurchasing program. U.S. and Iran talks still continue. Macy's launched Macy's World Soccer headquarters. MasterCard launches Agent Pay for machines. Peace Guy and Skydance, Warner Brother merger cleared by ACC. Meta ties up with Reliance for AI data centers in India. Starbucks considering options for its Japan business. Johnson & Johnson CEO states that the findings for cures for certain types of cancer remain a realistic goal. CVS to pay $36 million to resolve overbilling of Medicare allegations for insulin. All right, that's all I'm really seeing this morning. Let's move back and let's talk about our pick of the day from yesterday, which was Baidu, BIDU. Look at the numbers. Stock opened up at 120.42, ran to 122.83 before closing at 121.11. So, yeah, their 1% was there. It was okay. Traders, you guys know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green today.